What do you hate more than being on hold with customer service? I want to hear it in the comments. This is very frustrating. I do not like being on hold. I'm on hold right now with a really terrible company, and I decided I'm gonna make the best out of this time and try to make a video about something that I hate more than being on hold. And that thing is computer science grifters. These people are a plague on computer science, and what frustrates me is like I've always wanted people to be like I want everyone to be able to code. I want everyone to have access to the opportunity. And okay, cool. So I can press 1 here to save my place in line. Yeah. So I'm just gonna let them save my space in line, and they're gonna call me back apparently. Yeah, I don't make edits on these videos. I don't add any music. So sorry about this, but they're gonna save my place in line. Cool. So yeah, hopefully I have enough time to make this video about why I hate computer science grifters before they call back. Let's see. So why do I hate them? I mean, they are disingenuous. Why do you think they're making these videos about, for example, why staying at your job, why you need to job hop every 6 months or whatever? They're making these videos because that's what the people in the industry want to hear. They're trying to farm for clicks. I mean, how do I know this? I used to try to do this myself. Although I try to have values with the videos that I make. For example, I've always promoted going to college. I see a lot of people just saying, you don't have to go to college, which you don't have to, but why make life harder on yourself by dropping out or something like that? Especially for something like computer science, where academia is still really highly respected, and the credential can really help open doors for you. But yeah, so they can basically ruin your career by giving you advice based off of experience that they do not have. For example, they can say, yeah, job hop every 6 months to a year, but how long was their career? If you look, it's likely a year or so at multiple different companies, and then now they're trying desperately to create some kind of course to sell you about computer science, or they're giving you career coaching or whatever, whenever they have no career to speak of in the first place, where they're working at some consulting firm. And I mean, in software engineering, if you're working at a consulting firm, the opinion, I'm not going to say I don't respect your opinion, but it is not as highly valued from my perspective as someone who's actually worked at an in-house software engineering job on like a product or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, there are computer science channels that I do enjoy. For example, at Primogen, he's very entertaining. He talks about he's basically a computer science newscaster, a software engineering newscaster. I also like Stephen Huynh. He's achieved really high levels at Amazon, and his advice was actually really deep, really nuanced, and very helpful in me getting my jobs in the past. But there's just something about someone who doesn't have experience telling other people what to do, and often giving bad advice. For example, the piece of content that really triggered me today was someone was telling prospective computer science entrants that it's a bad idea to go for promo. They should look for different income streams instead or something, which, I mean, there might be an argument for that, but in my opinion, trying to shoot for a high-paying computer science job is probably the best ROI you can make at first. So yes, jumping from whatever low-paying job you have right now to a high-paying scale job should be your first priority. That was mine, and it has paid so many dividends in the future. And then after that, I think promo is the next step. Demonstrating that you can get promotion within a company shows a lot of resilience. It shows that you have ownership, and it's a green flag all around for, I think, anyone in the future trying to leverage their resume. Because if you have a bunch of small stints at different companies on your resume, that's going to look terrible. It's going to look like basically you either got pipped or you had to flee before you actually achieve something at a position, at a role. And yeah, you just never shown enough ownership to stick it through for a little while. I think the sweet spot is around 4 or 5 years. I want to stay as long as possible at Uber just because I want to show that I can, basically. But I mean, there is a too long, I would say, because at some point it looks like you're very comfortable in a certain role, and it could backfire. So I think keeping a healthy fire there is really important in computer science, especially because it's an industry that moves so quickly. Yeah. So yeah, in that particular piece of content, there was also misleading information about pay raises. So sure, I've worked at IBM before, where the pay raise was like $4,000 to $5,000 for the entire year for the merit increase, and even a promo was only 10%, which ended up being like $5,000. That, yeah, sure, that promotion not worth it. I would totally try to jump from that low scale pay company to a company that has a higher scale of pay and lock that in. But if you're already at a company that is paying well, I don't think it's a good idea to look around. I think right now it's a good idea to lock in and really focus on the task at hand and deliver at your current job, because that promo, I mean, not only is it going to look good on your resume, but in my experience, going from junior level to mid level, it was much more than what I've heard other people talk about. If you combine like the equity increases, the bonus increases, the base pay increases, it's probably 10x or more what I've heard from grifters, because the grifters, they work at these low paying consultancy agencies, and they just don't have the perspective. And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. It is totally worth it to stick with one company and get the promotion, in my opinion. So, yeah, computer science grifters. All right, I'll see you next time. Hopefully they call me back soon. This has been ridiculously long.